How's that?
Get on
You're boring me now. This is an MX5. I'm sure most of you already knew that. And quite a lot of you already know the car, as I've seen from his Facebook page or Instagram page. Not really got into this Instagram thing just yet. Can't really understand it all. That makes me really old, doesn't it? Yes. People can't see you smiling antagonistically in the background in this. Probably for the best. Right, this MX5 has a Honda power plant in it. This is a Honda K20 0 or 4.
0, I think.
You booked it in. What engine is it?
I don't know.
I can't tell the difference between a 4 and a K.
I think it's a K20.
K20. Okay. Let's go over K20. K2X. It's got a K2X engine in it. And we are going to make manifold for it. The weird thing about this manifold, usually we'll put a turbo something like that around this ish area. And the reason we do that is A, keeps the turbo quite close to the ports, which means that all the heat is collected in one area of the engine. Also, as all the pipes run up to the underneath of it, it supports the turbo quite nicely, so it holds it up. We can't do that on this, and the reason for that is that you can't get a downpipe through that hole. Some people are saying, yeah, I'll get downpipe through that hole. I can assure you that that hole gets progressively smaller and smaller and smaller, all the way to underneath the car where it doesn't exist. So,
and you got that brace thing as well.
Yeah, there's brake. Oh yeah. So how an MX5 works. So the engine is attached to the gearbox. The gearbox then has a brace on it. I can't remember what it's called. Someone in the comments, please remind me what it's called. I can't remember what it is. But it's a ladder frame that goes to the diff and it holds it all in one place. And you've got the drive shaft that runs down the side, and that runs down this side as well, which makes it extremely difficult to get an exhaust the other side. So what some people do is go down underneath the K-Series engine, and the standard K-Series sump has, or one of the modified sumps, I don't remember if it's the standard one or the modern modified ones, drops down at the back, well, has a bit of a cutout at the back so you can pass under. This one does not. This sump has been custom made and can actually hold all of the oil in the North Sea. It's huge, it's gigantic. Why you need that much oil, I don't know, but it can't be a bad thing, I don't think, unless you like weight and slop. I don't know what the baffle situation is like. I'm rambling there. So, this is why we can't put a downpipe down there. Well, I'm not making a downpipe anyway, I'm only making it manifold, but that's why the turbo can't go in that position and has to go in this position here. So the downpipe and then run the other side of the engine, go on the inlet manifold and disappear back down using the standard exhaust tunnel that is there on a standard MX5. Speaking large amounts of volume to overcome all of the things like the heater and the gas bottles that are running. And someone's about to cut some tube in the background as well. These must all add to it, like it makes it feel like you are actually in a fabrication shop. Adds to the experience. Just makes it a pain in the arse for you to edit. That's it. On to the Honda powered MX5. We have a turbo position. Here it is. You can watch the 3 seconds of me actually underneath the bonnet on this small clip that Andrew's going to try and cobble together. That's where the turbo's going to go. Here! At a very slight angle. Not much else to say really, that's the only place you can go. If I straighten it up, it's that. And if I move it anywhere this way, the collector hits that, and we don't want that. So we could go further down. That gas pot's really nice, making a really nice noise. Right. There we go.
Just as bad.
It's just as bad. It's a good job I don't have to work in here or anything, isn't it? You can drive someone crazy that much. Anyway, the turbo's going there. You wouldn't really want it any lower because you're going to have to get an air filter on it at some point. You don't want it any higher because there's a bonnet there. And as you can see, it's really tight to there. And it does dip down quite dramatically after the end of that engine. So it's pretty much within a few mil the only place the turbo can go. If you want to put the exhaust down the other side of the engine, that is. Gotta put it together now. So my face red.
Barely.
Because I finished tacking up the manifold. There we go. 1342 firing order. And pretty good on length as well. Not 100%, but nearly there. Depends what you describe as 100%. Who can say within 10% is 100%? It's not though, is it? That's within 90%. It's within 90%, which is more than good enough for a turbo manifold. They don't really need to have any length in there, but it also looks good if you get length right. If you got one tiny little pipe, one long, it doesn't look as good as the other one. Anyway, that will work delightfully. I'm confident of this, and all fits nicely. Next thing to do is just weld the whole thing together. Oh, and I'll work out where the wastegate goes, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to do the whole manifold first, get that bit finished. I've got quite a lot of room for the wastegate, so I'm not that worried about trying to get that in there. I've got a huge amount of room down there, so I can just do that little bit at the end, and that is job done from us. Steady, go. I have finished. We have finished. The project, as far as we're concerned, has finished. I mean, it's the same manifold that you saw a minute ago, just all welded up really nicely. You should just do some like nice close-up shots of this entry. Pew! That kind of stuff. I'm quite happy with how it turned out. Looks quite good. I think you'll agree. And now they're going to do the rest of it. Downpipe, full exhaust system. It's going to Imeco now to be coated. To have the heat shield, thermal heat shield input on with the top of it. So you won't see any of that lovely manifold. You'll just see the rough outline. Could be anything underneath that. But you'll know, you guys at home will know that it looks pretty underneath, and the guy that's bought it and the guys at Imeco will know. And that's about it. Anyone else that sees it, could be anything underneath there. It's sad sometimes, but the Imeco coating is really good, so 6 of one, half dozen the other. That's all I've got to say really. Quite want one actually. K20 or an MX5. I had an MX5 once. It was quite good. It was the first generation one, so it's rusty.
But the lights popped up.
The lights popped up. I mean, it's super cool.
Sometimes
it did. Then I had an S13 and the lights didn't pop up on that because the mechanism never worked. I'm a pop-up headlight guy. Well into it.
Ferrari F40 next one. Ferrari F40 next.
Yeah. You have to make 1 or 2 more manifolds before I can afford it. Well, we were meant to film this bit inside, but Andrew forgot to do that and then just loaded the car on, so now we've got to do it on the outside. And we're almost undercover and Andrew's not, as penance for that. What do you think of the manifold? Do you like it?
Yeah, it's wicked. Really cool. Really cool.
Was it what you wanted?
Yeah, 100%. 100%. Routing should be easy for the downpipe. It's it's clearance-wise a bit of a challenge, but no, I think overall it's spot on. Really happy. Really happy.
Excellent, good stuff. Off to Imico now?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
And then what's the next bit after that? Make the rest of the car, or you could do something else?
No.
Or is that the exhaust, the final?
It'll be
bit?
exhaust, intercooler pipes, and then good to go.
Perfect. Excellent. Can't wait to see it out on track.
Wicked.
Nice one.
Cheers,
Thank you
buddy.
very much.
Cheers, mate.
Cheers.
Thank you.